What is going on, everybody? We are back with another CCW review. We're covering Dynamite from December 3rd. I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
And this bastard got to go.
I did. I got to see some Ring of Honor action.
Yes, he did, which we'll never talk about. However,
No, we left after this. So after Dynamite was over, they had 2 more Ring of Honor matches. I looked at Kristen because she has to get up early. I was like, "Are you ready?" She's like, "It's up to you." I was like, "Well, let's see who the match is," and then we left.
So for those of you that have never been to an AEW show, now we didn't have pre-Dynamite when I went the last time they were here. They didn't have pre-Dynamite Ring of Honor matches. So they had a recording of a segment they were going to use for AEW a couple weeks down the line, where I believe that was the episode where what is her wrestling name in AEW? The chick with the green that usually has green hair, short, combed over, dating one of the best friend dudes.
Green hair?
She left to have
the only person with green hair I think of is Shotzi.
No. Well, she's had multiple different color hairstyles. Why can't
Are you thinking of Ruby Soho?
Yes, Ruby Soho.
Yeah, she's from Indiana.
Right. So we were here, and they recorded the segment that was going to be shown later at a later date, where she tells the dude that she was pregnant. And,
okay.
And he legit had no clue. Like, seeing his actual natural reaction in the ring was really cool.
Yeah, it's sweet.
So that was a neat little thing. But so they recorded that before Dynamite. And then you watch the entire Dynamite show, and every time there's a commercial break, unless there's something else going on, Joe got to listen to fucking a couple people ramble for no reason.
Don Callis.
But usually during commercial breaks, Tony Khan comes out on stage and tries and tells you that, this is one of the best wrestling cities he's ever been to. He tells everybody that.
Oh, he did that like 4 times.
Yep. And he will. He'll come out every commercial break, thank the crowd for coming, tell everybody they're one of the best cities. All, the usual spiel.
If we come back, would you guys show up?
Which, funny enough, I'm not going to lie to you, though. This is the loudest, and it's not because it's an Indiana show. This isn't a bias thing. It's one of the loudest I've heard the crowds consistently in a while, outside of pay-per-views, of course.
They were loud in parts, and they were really quiet in parts. But yeah, we did make noise.
It rarely came off as really quiet, except for the Dark Order match. We'll get to that. And then the beginning of the last match when it was kind of boring, before they actually started just beating the hell out of each other.
Yeah, there was some not so. Yeah, there were some quiet parts in the Okada and Pac match as well.
Yeah.
As I try to call him Pac, even though I said I wouldn't. It's Pac.
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 It's Pac for however many abs he has, because he's like a 12-pack because he's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a normal AEW thing, and then after Dynamite is when at least our show recorded the Ring of Honor tapings. We didn't stick around. We tried to, but at that point, Kat's back was hurting, and she's like, "Yeah, I gotta go." And I was like, "Yeah, I let's go. It's not that deep."
Yeah. Kristen had to be up for work. You would have liked the match we left during. It was Beast Mortos versus Commander.
That would probably been a pretty good match.
Yeah, and I nothing against them, but we were out of there. And before the show, we got because I got there not too long before 8, so I got there probably like 7:30. We got in the building about 7:40, and they had a Ring of Honor match going on. Then it was the Outrunners and Dalton Castle versus I think some local talent.
Right. But yeah, so as you guys can tell, they're in Indy now. They're not technically in Indianapolis; they are in Fishers.
Yeah, they're in a suburb.
So,
but close enough.
Yeah. We have Bryan Danielson, Excalibur, and Shivani on commentary, and we actually start off the show with Shivani in the ring, and he basically brings out Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston so they can talk their shit for next week's match.
And Joe immediately kicked Shivani out of the ring.
Yeah, Joe kicked Shivani out the ring, and then called the people of Indy farm animals and stupid, which he's not too far off.
Yeah, I laughed. I was laughing my ass off.
But the problem is, he did say the words Indianapolis, and I wanted to be like, no, you're in Fishers, you whack bitch.
Oh no, they constantly called it Indianapolis all night.
No, I know. He then said he had Hook hang with Eddie, which I thought was actually really funny the way he put this. He was like, I wanted him to hang with you because when he was with me, he was, he got the constant feel of what it was like to be championship material, and I needed him to be around somebody that's usually hanging at the second or third place table. And I was like,
eating that second or third place steak.
I was like, that's fucked
Never
up.
being able to cross the finish line.
And then basically rounds it up with saying next week Eddie's going to bring everything he has, and it's not going to be enough, like normal. He's not wrong.
Yep. He's like, and he's like, you're gonna do everything you can to win, but it's not gonna be enough. You're again not gonna be crossing that finish line.
It was a
good segment.
This was way more along the lines of what we typically like to see from Joe. It wasn't very yelly.
I agree.
It wasn't very over the top. Much better.
I 100% agree.
Kingston was like, you know what you taught Hook? Or you know what I taught Hook? Perseverance. I told him never to give up, which is funny because he tapped twice during the entire time he was hanging with you.
Quickly, too. Both to Joe, right?
I believe so. But looking back, let's be fair. They were both to Joe, for one. And for two, you know damn good and well, if he's still in bed with the ops, he was going to give those wins away.
Yep. That's probably why he was in those matches.
Yep. He did say Joe used to show the world what it was like to be a real heavyweight champion, but he said, Joe became like the guys he used to call out, and said that if
I thought that was a nice touch.
It was. He said if Joe doesn't bring the guy that he used to be, he's gonna get eaten alive, and then he flipped the mic and walked out. And Joe kind of looked at him like there was more to say, so he was confused.
Kingston said, I ain't got really anything else to do, so I'm going to head back to the hotel and go to sleep.
It was a good opening segment. They came out, they got to the point, and then they were done. And
yep.
I like that in my opening segments, and both of them are good talkers when they want to be. So,
yep.
Unfortunately, we got to watch them wrestle next week.
Yeah, the match won't be very good.
Maybe
they'll surprise us. I guarantee you there's going to be an elbow exchange.
Absolutely. And it's going to end with a spinning elbow from Kingston. Except it's not going to...
He's going to try to do a spinning elbow, then he's going to get choked out.
Probably. Hook says Joe took care of... Backstage, Hook's like, Joe took care of business tonight. And then Hobbs was like, tonight we got to take care of business. If Dark Order... He's like, we're in the giving mood for the season. If Dark Order wins, we can... You'll get a trio shot. And I'm like, man, but we just lost.
Who the fuck wants that?
As fans, we just lost. Thank you. I
have nothing against the Dark Order.
No,
they're all very nice guys.
Very great Ring of Honor talent.
But yeah, their time has come and gone. They were good, like B and C members of a stable.
Unfortunately, Brody made them relevant, and his passing took it away.
Yep.
And I hate to say that, and I have nothing against the Dark Order. I enjoy their look. I actually enjoy even some of their wrestling. When they do their goofy ass wombo combo shit, it's amazing.
Yeah, Alex Reynolds and Johnny Hungy.
Yeah.
John Silver.
It's fun, but at the end of the day, they're just not.
I think Evil Uno can talk.
Yeah.
He just is a mess to look at.
Yeah, he is. So then we get our first match of the night, our Continental Classic Gold League match, Pac versus Kazuchika Okada. And all over and above all, it was a pretty decent match. It's probably better than any of the Collision matches.
Yeah, which makes me sad.
However, it wasn't great. It was just decent.
It was a basic TV match. The right person won, though.
Yes.
I liked the finish, too.
Pac hit a nice German suplex on Okada. Okada then hit a German on Pac, at which point Pac hit an avalanche brainbuster on Okada that I think was supposed to be a suplex.
No, he usually does that move.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, Pac usually does that move.
Okada then hit him with a super clothesline, at which point Pac goes for the pin afterwards, and then Okada rolls him up for the win.
Yep.
It was a fun exchange. Great end to the match. A lot of fun.
Because Okada had to win. Mm-hmm. Okada couldn't have not got 3 points there. He would have been like way behind.
Backstage, Mark Briscoe was talking about Daniel Garcia. And he's like, yeah, a year ago we faced each other twice. One was in the Continental Classic. The other was for Garcia's TNT title. He's like, but now the stakes are different because he's the champion. And their next match, which is going to be next week at Winter is Coming. Or that's when their next match is going to be. It was basically just announcing the match officially.
Yep.
And then we get an earlier today backstage, Ricochet and Goa. Ricochet says everyone keeps calling him to save their company now that he's the national champion. I love how cocky Ricochet is. But he is going to wrestle Friday at Final Battle against Dalton Castle.
Yeah, they Goa and him interfered after the Outrunners, and Dalton Castle got the win on the match before the show. They interfered and came and beat them all down.
So he's wrestling Dalton Friday at Final Battle, Ring of Honor's next pay-per-view. And then Saturday he is going to basically do an open challenge for the national title. Yeah.
Yep, on Collision.
On Collision. So now they have a national and international title. We'll get to that later. So,
God, they have too many titles.
Also backstage, because we were on a string of them, boy. The Conglomeration are all together.
Yeah, I like this segment though.
And they're all talking, and because it's supposed to be OC versus Roderick Strong on Saturday. And Roderick says, first off, because they were talking about Roderick being in the Conglomeration, and Roderick's like, first off, I'm not in the Conglomeration, and I'm going to beat OC's ass and win the tournament. And then at that point, Mark is like, oh, you got to tell him about the Conglomeration rules. And he's like, no chops. And Roddy looks at him and goes, I'm just going to break your back, you idiot. And then he storms off. And he walks right through OC, and it's just OC and the person interviewing him. I don't think it was Renee. I think it was
Renee. It was Renee. Yep.
And Renee just kind of looks at him, and OC goes, I don't think he saw me standing right here.
It's funny. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually.
Oh, man. So then we get match 2, which was my match of the night. This is the Continental Classic Gold League match. Kyle Fletcher versus Kevin Knight.
Kevin the Jet Knight.
Yeah. So I did put this in my notes, guys. I was wrong. They do call him the Jet. For those of you that didn't watch our show from Monday.
Yeah. So Jet was right.
To be fair, though, I did never say.
He's the Jet in Jet Speed.
He is. I did never say that I liked the name Jet Speed. So the good news
who the hell does?
My point still stands. But yeah. Later on, so early on in the match, Kyle chopped the shit out of Kevin.
It reverberated through that tiny little arena.
Yeah, it did. Knight ended up hitting a pretty good DDT on the apron late in the match. He did. So he went to hit the coast to coast drop kick again. I think he came up just a little bit short.
He did.
However, production wise, they had the camera at an angle that
behind Fletcher, so you couldn't see it. It was very smart.
You could not tell. And then he went for the UFO splash. Fletcher got his knees up in the process, picked him up, hit a Liger bomb, and then Knight kicked out. They kind of have a little quick back and forth, and then Fletcher finally hits a brainbuster and gets the win.
Yeah, Kevin Knight almost won me over tonight.
Oh, this match was fire, dude.
He was the match was. It's never been his ability that's made him. It's just he hasn't really showed a lot of personality, but he
had that moment where like he like stepped over him or stepped on him or something, and then taunted.
Yep.
Basically doing what Kyle had done shortly before that, and I don't think I've ever seen him do that.
He was into it with the crowd. He's like, "Let's go, Indy," and he was like super into it, and I don't know. He almost won me over.
It's like almost.
He strings some shit like this together, and
if he stops teaming with that shoeless bitch,
yeah, just I would like them if the motherfucker would put some shoes on.
Listen,
and maybe get a haircut.
Listen,
I hate mullets.
He's either got to change the shoes or the hair. You're not going to get both ever.
I will take the shoes 1,000% of the time. Then I can live with the mole.
I don't think we're ever going to get either, to be honest.
I don't either. It's part of his gimmick. What little gimmick there is, I guess. I'm Karate Kicky Man.
Listen. He is far more interesting as a Karate Kicky Man than Steve Blackman ever was. All right. You want to talk about somebody that could suck the air out of a room when he comes in to wrestle?
He wore shoes. I like him better.
Post-match, Don Callis wants to talk about the Bucks, and then they went to commercial break. And I messaged Joe. I was like, "Yeah, if they're rambling, it's because we're on commercial."
Oh, we knew. We knew when they were on commercial, and it was a long commercial break. Did they come back and they were still talking?
So they came back. And he had just finished saying something about the indie crowd, and then went right in and started actually talking about the Bucks.
Okay.
He's like, "Yeah, I've forgiven a lot," and he listed a bunch of things, including murder.
Yeah, I could be lied to. I could be cheated.
He's
like, I'd even forgive killing somebody, and I have.
He was like, "But I can't forgive siding with Kenny Omega." He basically said, "Hey, we have your money, and if you want it so bad, let your nuts drop and come get it." At which point, the Bucks come in, wipe out the three of them that were in the ring, because at that point, it was
Fletcher. It was
Fletcher, Alexander, and
Hechicero.
Yeah. They came in, wiped out the three of them. At which point, Okada comes out from behind, and it becomes a numbers game. Jurassic Express come in and help wipe everybody out. Okada flips Perry off, and then Perry bit his finger, which made me laugh.
Yep.
And then El Clone and Mark Davis came out for more of the numbers game shenanigans. Then Kenny came out. You dick. You got to see Kenny live.
I've seen Kenny live 1,000 times, dude.
I haven't. But yeah, the Elite stand tall at the end of it, but the Callis family still have the money. So, honestly, an overall pointless segment outside of just getting people to fight. But
yep,
that's wrestling for you.
Honestly, when TK came out during one of the commercials and he said that they was going to have like a post Dynamite main event match, that's what I was hoping. Like maybe like the Bucks and Kenny versus like three of the Don Callis people. I would have stayed for that.
Yeah, right. We get a Willow and Harley vignette. And then we get match 3 in the women's tag team tournament semi-final. It was a holiday horror death match. It was the match I was most looking forward to. It was Megan Bayne and Marina.
Come across on TV because it was bad live.
Oh, hold on. It was Megan Bayne and Marina Shafir, which apparently their tag name is the Mega Problems. I didn't know that.
I didn't either. It's like they're making this shit up as they go.
At least at least they didn't just combine their names. At least they weren't like, yeah, we're Marina Bane.
Yeah, that is.
Versus the Timeless Love Bombs, which was Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa. So, okay. This is not the worst match I've seen any of these women have.
No, because Collision exists.
But it's close.
It was bad. It was rough in real time. I did like the finish.
So, first and foremost, unless it's the Sisters of Sin or someone of similar size, Megan Bayne needs to eliminate the solo double suplex from her fucking repertoire. She did not get those women over well enough, and I'm pretty sure Mina Shirakawa.
Tony got a lot of ass on her, dude. She ain't getting put over very easily. But you're right. Bane needs to stop that. You don't need to do it every match.
No.
Anyways.
And then on top of it, I am pretty sure Mina re-hurt her wrist. We'll see as the next few days happen. But she was holding that wrist a lot throughout the rest of the match.
I didn't know she hurt it before.
Yeah, that's why she was gone for a while. Like, if you remember, she came back and then just dis-fucking-peared. And it's because she had hurt her wrist.
I thought she was on ROH because she was like the TV, the vacant TV, the fill-in person. I can't even think of the fucking name of it now.
No.
The interim TV champion. Because didn't Mercedes beat her?
Mercedes did, but then she disappeared for a while. It was like she was gone for like a month and a half, and then came back.
I just figured she was on ROH.
No. So yeah, I'm pretty sure she at least stressed it a little bit by the way she landed. Every table spot, the table just collapsed. Like, so
yeah, I know.
There was the one where she did she did the
pile driver,
the whatever, Storm Zero. She did her Storm Zero, which is just pile driver, through the table, and like the table didn't break; it just collapsed.
No, the legs just collapsed and they just kind of fell.
And I'm like, well, that sucks. And then
that was closest. That was like on our side of the ring that we could see.
Yeah. By this point, I was already late back to work because I was super excited to watch this match, and I was getting mad because of how bad this match was overall.
Like, I would have rather worked than watched this match.
Well, not really, but I was mad that it was just. So then there was this spot, right, where, okay, again, for any of you that have ever sat around and listened to us complain, right, or me specifically, I don't mind there not being blood or anything crazy in the match, right? But the one thing that will always irritate the fuck out of me, absolutely irritate the fuck out of me, is intentionally setting up a move and it being very obvious that it's being set up. Prime example, Bane holding the chair up to her face, waiting for 15 seconds for Mina Shirakawa to jump off and kick it. Minor exaggeration on the 15 seconds. It was like 5-6 seconds.
It wasn't that long.
But she held it there for long.
It was a beat. There was a beat there.
It was just so bad. Although there was some fun moves as well. So Marina Shafir had laid down to prep for the Mother's Milk move that apparently Bane was supposed to do a move into it as like a tag team maneuver. But in the
she does she picked her up in a fireman's carry and supposed to like drop her into Shafir.
Right. However, Tony kind of got out of it and then basically Storm Zero'd Bane on top of Shafir, which was hilarious because I don't think I've seen her do that before. So I was like, that's fun.
Yeah, she pile drove her into her partner's abdomen.
Luther came out dressed as Santa to give Shafir a gift, and when she went to go open it, it was just his middle finger in the box.
I like Luther. I like Luther with her. I don't like Luther by himself, but
right.
Luther as the butler with Tony, I like.
Absolutely.
And I'm glad that he's back.
Tony ends up hitting Shafir with I put a show. It was a shoe because I can't spell. And then rolled her up for a 3 count. The end of the match. Yep. The end of the match was fine. I just do so much of this match was just bad. Like they even had they even had this candy cane, this giant candy cane that was supposed to have barbed wire wrapped around it. Except when the camera zoomed in on the barbed wire, there was no barb. It was just wire. And I was like, that adds no damage extra. Like that's just what are we doing?
Yeah, it was rough.
What are we doing? It was so bad. Then we get a vignette of the trios. I said the trios of sin. You know who I'm talking about. And Stat and Hater. It is what it is. I don't care.
It was fine. Tekla talked mostly for that side of things.
They're just setting up for Hater versus Stat, and I don't care. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't really care either. Stat, actually, what Stat said was fine. She didn't look out of sorts or anything. Pre-tape segments, she is much better at speaking on.
It's because she's probably got like several takes she can do.
And that's fine. Sometimes that just has to be what it is.
Oh yeah. Backstage, the Arc Order, because I forgot the D, is walking to the ring. Paige starts to walk by. They ask him not to ruin this for them. Paige is like, that's fine.
Alex Reynolds grabs him by the shoulder and is like, hey, we know, but don't ruin this for us.
Paige was like,
and he's like,
I owe you as much.
That's the least I can do for you. I can confirm, unlike WWE, Hangman's chain is real.
I believe it.
It made all the correct sounds, is all I'm going to say.
Also backstage, Mercedes Moné is frustrated. She has 13 belts. She's PWI's #1 rated women's wrestler. And
she was annoyed with Renee.
And she's got to face Red Velvet again this Friday. And she was like, which is fine. It's whatever. I'm going to beat her. And she probably will. Backstage also, because they like to do trios of backstage segments now. Stoke and FTR are backstage. It's still Stoke's best day ever. This man just lives on cloud 9 apparently, which is funny because I don't think he should be able to reach it.
No.
But he isn't happy about last week. And then FTR combined basically continued to keep calling Austin any number of Nepo child, you're just Billy's kid, you're daddy's boy type things.
Yeah, you got a job for life because you're daddy and blah, 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 blah. It was fine, but it was nothing.
And then tried to call Juice a nobody, which is funny to me because he's the most verbally entertaining out of the 4 of them.
Well,
just because he's crazy.
Compared to them, he is kind of a nobody. He hasn't won anything. Not his fault, obviously. But they have known him his entire career because they were in NXT. They were in NXT when he was there.
Yep.
So, this did nothing and makes me no less or more excited for the inevitable match.
Yeah. Which is, I believe, Saturday.
Yep. Sounds like it. At the very least, there's going to be another segment between the 4 of them.
Yeah. Trios match, the Ops versus Dark Order. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't watch this match. At this point, I realized I was running behind on work. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to focus on my work while this match goes on because I don't care.
Oh, good news. I can handle this. Ops dominated early. Dark Order had a brief hope spot. Dark Order loses.
Yep.
There you go.
Sounds about right.
After that, Hangman comes out and chases him off with a chain.
Listen. Hangman comes out and Hook evaporated. No one knows where he went. As a matter of fact, the announcers kept saying, "Where did Hook go?" He was.
To be fair, I don't know where he went either. Now that you mention that,
he just vanished, dude. apparently, and of course later on we do come to find. Oh, we'll get there. Backstage.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Okada blames. Damn, dude, my spelling's horrible. Blames tonight on Takeshita, even though Takeshita wasn't there.
Even though Takeshita had nothing to do with everything.
Takeshita shows up basically to step in Okada's face. Calix explains that regardless of the outcome, the international title stays on Okada's shoulder.
Yeah, he did say Taka's training for his Blue League match, blah, 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 blah. Trying to keep the peace between the two of them. Just let them fight already.
Right. Adam Page is backstage. He's heated. He's basically like, I fought everyone and I lost my title because of Hook. And then he looked at the camera and said, Hook.
Yep.
And I was like, that's dirtball. You just threw your teeth. You just
buried. He just that kid.
He says next week, Hobbs and Shibata, I'm coming for you guys, and I'm not going to be alone. You know what you face. Get your affairs in order.
Yep, and then everybody in the arena chanted, Swerve's whose house?
It's a damn shame he didn't show up. So the last time...
yeah, we didn't get to see him.
The last time that Dynamite was in Indianapolis, funny enough, and I went, was the episode where Swerve jumped off the turnbuckle and landed on Samoa Joe on the outside of the ring. Because he did his Swerve stomp to the outside of the ring. He'd just come back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
And it was right before he won the title at the upcoming pay-per-view, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, because he beat Bryan, right? Daniel Bryan?
Swerve?
Yeah, isn't that who he took? No. Or did Bryan take the title off him?
I believe Bryan took the title off him. He took the title off Joe.
Oh, yeah, that's right, because we were just talking about that, because they're kind of setting that up
again
as like a repeat thing.
Yeah. Now, I don't think he's going to beat Joe this time, but...
I don't either. Honestly, I don't know who's beating Joe yet. I don't think it's either of them, though.
I don't think it is either. I don't have a clue, to be honest. I don't. Maybe MJF, maybe. But they're both heels, so I don't know what you do there.
Yeah, I don't either. We'll see.
So then we get our Continental Classic Blue match, which is Jon Moxley versus Claudio Castagnoli. I'll be honest with you guys. The first 4 minutes of this match is probably some of the most boring 4 minutes of this entire show.
Dude, I checked my watch and it was past 10 o'clock and I'm like, oh, they must have an overrun because it's already past 10 o'clock.
Yeah. It was a rough start. It was just a lot of kind of them headbutting each other to I guess psych each other up or whatever.
It's your basic Dark Order Dark Order. God damn it. The Dark Order is on one fucking Dynamite, and now I can't stop saying their name. Death Rider. It's your basic Death Rider bullshit.
Interesting enough, for some reason, Marina was ringside for the first 45 seconds of the match, and she wasn't supposed to be there. I don't know where the mix-up is or if this was intentional. Maybe she's trying to get Mox disqualified type thing. Just kind of throwing that out there.
Yeah, that's a good touch. I didn't notice that because she did walk by with him in the crowd.
So she's walked out with him every time.
They usually just pound fists and then
he goes off
to the ring on his own. Yeah.
But yeah, she stuck by because they're not supposed to have managers even ringside for these matches.
Even though Don Callis is in every single one of the Don Callis family ones.
Listen. If I have to, I'm so tired of hearing this man commentate. At least you didn't have to listen to it tonight.
No, I got to listen to him ramble through a commercial break, so I may as well have heard him.
But yeah, ref finally told her she had to leave, and he had to tell her 4 times, and she looked like she was confused. And it's like, bitch, it's the Continental Classic. Get backstage.
Does the rules need to appear on a screen twice before you get it? Because I needed that for War Games, so.
That's true. So she finally does.
It was 5 minutes, and you're like, it's 3 minutes. Didn't you read the thing? I'm like, what thing? And then it started in the next match. You're like, the thing. See, it's on right now.
But yeah, so She did finally leave. After the ref yelled at her like 4 times to fucking leave.
Well, good on them for being consistent at least, because sometimes that shit falls between the cracks.
Mox got busted open. I think he sneezed or blinked or something. I don't know. It happened, and I was like, huh?
He was in light for long enough for his flesh to peel from the light, and he just bleeds.
He's got that Ric Flair forehead now at this point. Like, it just...
Oh, dude, I was joking with Kristen in the crowd, and I was like, I can't wait for him to be old and have fucking New Jack forehead or Abdullah the Butcher forehead or Devon Dudley. So she was calling him New Mox instead of New Jack.
That's great. My favorite part of the match is they go 5 minutes remaining, and Claudio hit a running European uppercut and got the win immediately. It was like 5, bam, done. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, they did the
match over.
They did the 10-minute thing too, and I was like, oh man, they're setting it up for a draw.
No, they always do 10-minute and 5-minute warnings for the Continental Classic.
I didn't remember hearing it for the other matches, and I doubt and I know those matches went longer than 10 minutes.
Right. But yeah, he nailed it. Now, here's what's funny. You got to see more of this than I did. So, Mox is sitting up against the guardrail, basically like kind of pouting, right?
Yep.
Claudio is dapping up the group. Mox is dapping up the group from the ground. People are walking by him. He's dapping them up. But it's like as soon as Claudio got near him, Mox got up and walked away.
He did circle back around and dap him up before they all took off.
Okay, so we didn't get to see that. As soon as Claudio even got close to Mox, he took 3 steps and the feed cut.
Yeah.
And it was like, are they going to...
He did linger around ringside while everybody else took off, and I think it was just him and Marina ringside while the other ones dipped out. Now,
I will say this. I'm glad Claudio lost. Not Claudio. I'm sorry. I'm glad Mox lost. Here's what I would have liked to have seen from this tournament, if I'm being 100% honest. I would have liked to have seen...
creation of a new star?
No, I would have liked to have seen Mox lose every single match. I know he won the first one.
Just his descent into mediocrity?
I would have loved... Not necessarily mediocrity, but maybe insanity. Like, not understanding why he can't win. And just lose, like... Because he beat, I believe it was... the Shoeless Wonder last week, right?
Was it Speedball? No, Speedball fought Pac.
He's in gold.
Was it Kevin Knight? Did he beat Kevin Knight? No, Kevin Knight won his first match.
Hold on. AEW Continental Classic 2025 bracket.
Yeah, because I can't remember who he fought. Was it? No, it wasn't OC. That was Claudio that fought OC.
Okay, other side of the thing. I believe he beat. Oh, he beat Mascara Dorada.
Yes. Okay, I forgot he wasn't even in that thing.
But even Mascara, I would have loved to have seen beat him. Just have everybody beat Mox and him just not understand what's going on. Then he gets jumped out of the group.
Yeah.
And then he disappears.
I'm not against that. Yeah, give this man a fucking vacation.
Let him take 3 to 4 months off. Let us forget about him, and then him pop up out of fucking nowhere.
Well, they probably are waiting for some more main eventers to come back before they do any of that, because they do have a top of the card kind of problem right now. Getting Swerve back does help a lot, though.
Right. But yeah, so that's that. But yeah, so interesting enough. 9 times out of 10, usually when a wrestling show is in Indianapolis, it's a pretty decent show. This was not one of those times.
No, it was a mediocre show.
It was pretty just.
It had some good. It had some good stuff, but it had a lot of mediocre to bad.
Yep. Yes, it did, and you got to go see it live.
Hot dog.
To be fair, it was
$40 to park.
It was probably way more fun to watch it live than it was watching it on TV.
Oh, I would agree with that probably.
Like if
I would agree with that.
if I was just rich, it would be fun to groupie AEW for a year. Just follow them around and go to all their live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
World's End is only in Chicago. I mean, it's only a short drive up there.
It's not a short drive. I've made that drive. Fuck that drive. Never again. I don't even like that city.
I like Chicago.
Chicago sucks.
But I don't drive. My wife drives.
Yeah, I had to make that, dude, 2 weekends in a row.
If I had to do that, where it's 2 weekends in a row, yeah, that sucks.
Drive there, drive back, same day after concerts.
Yeah, we didn't do that. If we drive up there, we stay the night, so we don't have to do that because we've also done that before, and it does suck. But it's in the Now Arena.
I've been
where the first All In was, and the first 2 All Outs.
I've been to Chicago 3 times in my life. The first time I was a kid and I was in church, and it was a youth group trip to Chicago. Because they were doing some big time youth convention for church stuff. And then the other 2 times were those concerts, back to back weekends. Oh, and
you've been to Chicago for AEW events more than you've been to Chicago, period.
The only reason we even went to those 2 concerts was because we got free tickets. Listen, that first...
Oh, I know. You've told me the story.
That first one was dope because, like, we got to go to the VIP section of the... It was one of their big rock all-weekend concerts. And we only went on a Friday. Or Saturday. It was Friday or Saturday. I can't remember which day it was. But, yeah, we got to hang out in the VIP section, get free drinks and stuff. I mean, that was all super dope. Don't get me wrong. The only band that we enjoyed that that were there, other than the person that gave us the free tickets, My Chemical Romance. We got to see them.
Yep.
Coolio performed a couple days later and then died a couple days after that, so that was interesting.
It truly was a gangster's paradise, I guess.
Right. But yeah, no, it was. Oh, dude, I hate Chicago. I hate Chicago.
I like it. Italy's there.
Who?
Italy, it's got restaurants, and it's like a big Italian grocery store with like restaurants and gelato and coffee and pastries, and
we got Olive Garden. I don't need any of that shit.
Yeah, well, for those of us with a slightly more sophisticated palate.
Oh yes. We have some actual Italian restaurants here as well.
I know. I've probably been to a lot of them.
They're tucked away in corners.
Mm-hmm.
Olive Garden tastes better.
They are. I wouldn't go that far.
Listen, I'm not even...
There's nothing wrong with Olive Garden.
I'm not even a big fan of Olive Garden. I'm not an Italian food guy.
I like the zuppa soup and the breadsticks. The pasta dishes are just basic-ass pasta dishes.
Breadsticks and Alfredo. But to be fair, no matter which restaurant I go to, I'm just getting Alfredo. It doesn't matter. That's the only Italian food I eat.
Just Alfredo, please.
And pizza.
Kristen makes an awesome chicken bacon Alfredo. Oh.
Never had bacon.
So good.
I do like me some chicken Alfredo, though.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Good stuff.
But yeah. Oh, at the concert, I got to see CM Punk on a big screen because he recorded a video telling people to not be jerking off in the porta potties. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, you definitely should not do that.
But anyways, that's it, guys. That's what we're gonna end it on. Fuck it. We love y'all.
Nothing like ending your podcast talking about jerking off in a porta potty.
I don't know if that's what he said. He said something about hanging out in the porta potties for too long or something like that. It was a weird thing, and that's what I thought of. I was like, that'd be the only reason to hang out in a porta potty for too long. I don't.
Okay.
Unless you pass out in there because you're drunk, which is possible.
Yep.
Anyways, we're out of here. Deuces, y'all. Love you.
Later.